Alright folks, it's Christmas and we're going to make a beef stew recipe today. Nice and cold day outside. Great for beef stew. We're going to use some all-natural beef from the Rock Barn Beef Company. You will need olive oil, some beef broth, salt and pepper, and I'm going to use a garlic clove. And you'll need a little flour, some nice potatoes that can handle being in the crock pot or your skillet or your Dutch oven for about 6 to 8 hours, a can of tomato paste, and I always put onion in mine. I prefer this purple onion here, and some carrots, and a little bit of butter. So let's get started. First off, let's get our beef together. I'm going to wash it real quick. I've got my pan over here heated up. Tony promised not to show me too much, so maybe he's not. I gotta go hop in the shower real quick. Okay, so we've got our olive oil here in the pan. Got some flour. I'm pouring that on the beef. Some salt. I probably should have salted it before. And pepper. I can get that open here. And then what I'm going to do is toss that a little bit. Just coating it just a little. My pan's already hot. Just getting some flour on there. And all you're going to do is just kind of brown it. You're not cooking this all the way through. You're just going to brown it a little bit. Okay, so let's get that on here. My oil kind of went to the other side over there. So the beef stew's we're going to turn it here in just a second. I just kind of want to get it a little bit brown around the edges. You're not trying to cook it through. You're just putting a little, see that little coating on it. Turn over for me. Tongs might be best if you don't want to pierce your meat. And to this, this is just me, but I like to add my onion. I'll put it on this side over here. And I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic clove, just so it can get a little bit simmered as well. We're going to let that cook for just a second. I've already turned my crock pot on. It's on 8 hours. That's how long you want that to cook. And I'm going to add this mixture here in just a second. I'm getting ready to take the beef out, but I am going to add just a little bit of olive oil on this side with the onion. I'm going to add just a little bit here in the pan.
You said olive oil, but that's better, right?
Sorry, yeah. Tony's catching my mistakes. Butter. I'm adding a little bit of butter. Okay. And I'm going to spray my pan real quick. Let's see. On my crock pot. Forgot to do that. Some people use liners. I just spray the inside. Okay, let's go ahead and take our beef out. And then we're going to let that onion simmer a little bit, okay? So, let's get another. Let's go ahead and take our beef. We're going to put it in the bottom of this pan over here. That's got a nice little coating on it. I'm trying not to pierce the meat too much. You can use tongs to get it up if you like. Okay, let's go ahead and move over. There's your onion and your garlic and your butter cooking up. So I'm getting my onions the way I like them here. And I've added a little bit more flour. I made a mess. I tried to make it all neat for you guys, but yeah, I'm messy. So here's the beef. Let's go ahead and add this onion. And we are going to use this nice sauce in the bottom of that. You'll see in just a second. But let me get my onion out of here first. kind of like you're gonna make a roux, which will help. It's like a thickening agent. That's good right there. So now, let's go ahead and add a little bit more flour to that. And see how thick that is. You don't want to burn this. But you want to get all that good stuff that just cooked in that. You want that. You want that olive oil and that butter and that garlic that's left in the pan. You want it to go in your beef stew. And some folks like it a little darker. I don't like mine too dark. So now I'm going to take the beef broth. I like Swanson brand. And then you're just going to add that. Because you want to get up all that good stuff. And let's stir that around a little bit and get that out of there. And turn the pan down. Add some more. And if you cook this in a Dutch oven, it's real easy to do that. And you just leave all this at the bottom of the pan. But you have to take out your stuff. So we're going to add this. This is like my garlic mushroom. Yeah. It's like my roux. We're going to add a little bit more beef broth. We've got that roux inside there. That's kind of like a golden mushroom soup is how I think of that. Like that golden mushroom that you use sometimes. These are just regular old. You don't want a potato that's going to fall apart too easy. And these are just some, here we go. Bought these at Publix. Some baby potatoes. The Celebration blend. You could use Yukon Gold. That's what I was looking for. But they were all gone the other day. So we've got a big snow outside. So I guess folks bought up all the potatoes. I'm not sure. And now, put your tomato paste in. And I cook mine in a crock pot. I like mine to cook in the crock pot. I'm going to add the rest. See, this is a big old box of this beef broth. Add that in there. I don't measure, folks. I'm so sorry. This is just... and you'll stir this periodically. Okay? So we're going to let that cook. And I'll check it every little bit, not too much because I want that to stay shut. Oops. For about 8 hours. Okay? To go with our beef stew, I'm going to make let some rolls rise during that 8 hours it's cooking. And this is just some, I've always used this brand of rolls. It's Rhodes. It's great at Thanksgiving dinners, but it's a great yeast roll.
They sure are. They're great.
They're really good.
I love these.
So what I do is I just put them on my pan with some parchment paper. Just like that. And then I brush a little bit of butter on top. I'm just going to put a little bit of butter right on top of these. These get really big. We'll show you these later too. They'll just sit just right here on the stove for that 8 hours. Alright folks, I just wanted to show you, now we're at the halfway point. So in the past 4 hours, periodically I've come in and just stirred it around just a little bit, not much. And of course I added some beef broth. So make sure you leave some of your beef broth in your container. Just a little bit. I probably won't need to add any more beef broth in here. And in the meantime, I didn't think we told you earlier, but I've got some collards here waiting for us for a little bit later.
It's going to be great.
And we've done a recipe or video on those before. And this is the rolls at 4 hours of sitting out. they will get about this much bigger in the next 4 hours. So we'll see you then. Okay, so now it's time to put the rolls in the oven. I've got my oven preheated to I don't know, we gotta get it to 350. All right, folks, and this is the rolls. I'm getting ready to put them in the oven. They're just a little bit bigger. So, and it will depend on the temperature of your home as well, but we'll put these in on the 350 oven. Okay, folks, so it's almost time to eat. And one thing I forgot to tell you, this is totally optional, is I'm gonna add some sweet peas. This is just the Walmart brand, the Great Value brand. I've already microwaved them. Just some nice sweet peas. I'm not gonna put the whole bag in there. The stew beef is done.
We just like peas.
And, well, most people add sweet peas to their stew beef, and I just think it gives a nice little look. But you only do that towards the end. These are already cooked. So this is kind of how the stew beef is starting to look. And we'll show you here in just a minute when it's plated. There's the potato and the carrot and the beef.
We're just waiting on the rolls now.
Tony made some brown rice. I made collards. We're still waiting on the rolls. But I want you to see, let's see if it's tender. That's 8 hours of cooking. Look at that. That looks absolutely delicious. Carrots are done and the potatoes are done all the way through. And the onions also cooked down to, and they cooked down to almost nothing. And then there's your sweet pea. But what's really impressive is, look at that, how the beef just tears apart.
That looks great.
So we're gonna let Tony try that here, folks.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of a cold, so I don't look so great.
He doesn't feel good.
But this is gonna make me feel better. It smells so amazing. Wow. Let's see. Oh, baby.
How's the stew beef? Is it good?
It's fantastic.
Awesome.
No. Folks, I want to say thanks to the people at Rock Barn Beef for giving us this. This is excellent. Thank you, Nikki, for cooking this. Superb.
All right.
You're going to love this, folks, if you try it. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like.